Hello everyone, today I wanted to discuss why losing everything really is your comeuppance, and it is the beginning of a new life and a new cycle, but it is so important that when the opportunity comes you are ready and you understand why you have just lost everything and what you can build from it, because honestly not everything is sunshine and rainbows. It can be your downfall. So I just wanted to, discuss and dissect, because I can't lie, that has just happened to me. Like, so bad. So bad. When you hit a low and then you just think it can't get lower, and then it just does. It keeps hammering you down, And I'm not saying that for sympathy. Like, I have just got through it. I'm actually so grateful for all the lessons, and I feel like I love to explore. Like, I always ask why. I try not to take anything too personally. I more ask why, or what am I doing, because you're the common denominator of your whole life, so you are related. You're going, what am I doing? How can I improve my future, or how can I improve my right now? How can I feel better, do better, be better? I feel like I really did get beaten down. Like, I lost, like, I think it was mainly more material. I started losing all my material things. Even things started breaking. It was so weird. Like, I know I'm a bit of a nut job when it comes to all this, but I really do believe in, like, I don't believe in coincidences. Like, I believe everything happens for a reason. But yeah, I started losing my stuff. Job, money. My own fault, may I add. But I'm just saying, like, it was everything. And then these things I started, like, clawing onto, or attaching myself with, because that's what you do. Like, it literally all got stripped. And I sat there feeling sorry for myself, because as you do, for about a day, I think, and then I was like, Connie, get up. So this is what I've discovered, because honestly this has happened a few times in my life, and I think it is the same for everyone. It is known as an ego death. It's where you think, it's more you become so comfortable in the position you have now, but you need to remember not everything is forever. Nothing is forever, actually. You can't have anything, even your belongings. It is all the world's, it's not yours. And I'll explain what I mean by that. Our place in this world is determined by our relationships to everything around us, okay? All the people, your job, work, even objects. Think of a computer. Some people might work on their computer and the relationship might be a bit, tense. You open the laptop and that's how you feel when you open your computer. But some people might binge watch a comfort show, so it might be more of a relaxed relationship. They might be the complete opposite. Everything in this world is just our perception of it. Literally everything. People, places, it's all there. Like, all the stuff is still there. All the energy can't be created or destroyed. It's all on this earth, but it's how we react and it's how we perceive it. And the importance of the things around us is only determined by the importance we give them. Okay, so it's all from us. Everything from your life is directly correlated to you. The whole point of losing everything at once, I personally believe, is kind of to remind you of this fact. And it is to remind you that you are not stuck in one position. You are not obligated to be the person that you believe you are. And you can see this as a bad thing. You can see this as, oh my God, I've just lost everything. Who am I? Or you can see it more as, I am capable of losing everything, but I'm also capable of gaining everything. You're capable of having any sort of relationship to anything you want. It is all down to you. You are actually actively changing. You're changing your habits. You're changing the way you move through the world. The things around you are going to change as well. And it might not seem we might not be able to understand it, like, logically, but you need to make space. You need to clear. You cannot have anything new. You cannot become a person you want to be if you're holding on to everything around you. So sometimes it has to be actually stripped away, and sometimes that can be a very painful process to go through, but you need to remember you are not a constant, and that's a good thing. That is a good thing. And it might not seem like it, but it is. I need to show you something, one sec. Oh, baby. Oh, this is Duchess. She's so cute. She's so cute. She's obsessed with my laptop, so that's why she's here, because my laptop's on the floor. Hi, say hi. Wow. She's a princess. Okay, right, that's enough of her. We become dependent on things to define us. So it could be your job. You could be so attached to your job, and who would you be without it? Who would you be if you was not a chef? Who would you be if you was not an influencer? Like, who would you be, you know? Or maybe you've made a lot of money, which is incredible. Maybe you've come from not a lot. Sorry, there's cat hair everywhere now. Maybe you haven't come from a lot and you've grown so far and now you make so much money. Now you're becoming dependent on that money to make you a person, but nothing is guaranteed, okay? And you are not going to find happiness in anything physical. You're not going to find long-term purpose in physical things, because they all disappear. You disappear. Everything, nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent, and you can see that as a you know, a hindrance. You can see that as something negative and just, oh my god, like, what's the point of loving if, like, you know, it all comes to an end? Like, it's ridiculous. The whole point is an experience, okay? It is, you know, it's like the yin yang, and like, you know, you can't have a positive without negative. You need to understand that nothing is permanent, but that is what makes things so great. That's what makes things so special. If it was forever, what would the point be? You wouldn't appreciate things as much if you knew they were forever, you know? Even things you're born with, like, we take our, like, mind for granted because you were born with it and you've had it forever, you know? That's a side note. But yeah, think about even life now. Like, you know, life comes to an end, unfortunately, and even then you're still wasting it. How much would you waste your life if it never ended? I feel like you'd have no, like, there'd be no fun. There'd be no, you know, the greatness in things is that they do come to an end. An ego death is more of like a solidifier. It's like a, you know, remember your place, remember why you're here, remember what's important, because you can't be so stuck on one part of yourself. You can't never change. You can't never change. Like, that is, you know, what kind of life is that? And if you're not even at the place you want to be, but you're scared of change, you know, you get so comfortable in what's around you because you don't believe in yourself enough that you can, like, gain more, or that you can do more, or you can do other things. So sometimes you need to be stripped down of everything forcefully. Okay, forcefully. Sometimes, you know, things aren't good for you and you still hold on because you just don't know how to go on without them. Or maybe you found comfort in something and then maybe it wasn't right for you, but because you found comfort in that one thing, you go, oh my god, well, I'm never gonna have comfort again. I'm gonna do what makes me miserable, you know? Because even sometimes you can still have a certain thing, like a certain job, but the actual enjoyment that you used to get from it, or the actual, like, spark dies out, but you still hold on because of fear. An ego death is just a release of all of that, of all of those things. And it is, because it is forceful, because you didn't accept it yourself that these things weren't good for you, or that you were capable of more, or, you know, change is inevitable, it is now painful. You can't avoid these feelings. You can't avoid the pain of losing. You can't avoid the discomfort that comes with growing. But you're trying, you know, you're holding on. And honestly, you're making it worse for yourself. And that is coming from my personal experience, okay? None of these, every time I say stuff like that, it's not even meant to be a jab. It's more just, you are hindering no one but yourself. And you know it. You know it. Ego death is, like, coming on as well. And you are losing everything. You start gripping tighter to like, what's left. You know, it could be something that you didn't even find that important, but it's the only, like, comfort you have left, so you grip tighter and tighter. You just become dependent. And then you let more things slide. You let more things upset you. You let more people upset you. Or you can be doing something that, you know, it isn't even fulfilling. It's no longer fulfilling, but it's just something. It's just something to give you a meaning or give you a definition. But the whole point is that we don't have one. That's the whole point. That is the whole point. You should listen to, like, Alan Watts. He's, like, good talking about all this sort of stuff about how, you know, think about like a blade of grass is just a blade of grass, okay? It just grows, it just does its thing. So do we, but we become dependent on the things around us. Grass does not become dependent on the thing around them, it just lives. You know, and it's probably a lot more content. Where do we slot in the world if the slot keeps changing? If the slot around us keeps changing, you know, the environment around us, because it does and it will, then where do we slot into the world? You know, we feel this need that we need to like slot in, we need a place, but you really don't, you know, and that's the whole fun. That's the whole fun. And when these things do start coming on, you may see it as, you know, against you, the whole world's against you. Like, why is everything like going so wrong? Why me? Why me? And honestly, it can be a start to a downfall. Like, I've definitely had experiences before where, you know, things weren't going my way, and you just start feeling sorry for yourself, and you just accept that this is maybe what you are destined for, or what you deserve, or, you know, all the self-pity, and it's valid. It's completely valid. Like, if you want to sink into your bed, absolutely go for it. Like, I am not here to criticize anyone, but it does not make a difference to anyone else's life but your own. Unfortunately, that is the way it is, because everyone else does just have to keep on going, and so do you. And honestly, when you lose everything and you have the space for new, you know, like, I don't want to say it actually because I don't want to butcher the name. Feng shui. That is, I don't actually know much about it, to be fair. Like, making room for new things in life, okay? And it's believed that, like, clutter, like, things hold energy, so you need to actually, like, clear out your space and clear out, you know, your room, or clear out old pictures, or clear out, like, even stuff on your phone. I delete everything. I don't keep a chat. Literally, after, you know, something I don't want, I'll delete. And honestly, it doesn't really benefit me sometimes, because I'll be like, oh, I need to see this, and I've deleted everything. Like, I've deleted web pictures, I've deleted everything. But truly, I really believe in this, because before I used to be such like a clinger. Like, I'd really cling on to like the past, and I'd really cling on to, you know, situations and people, and like, you know, go through old chats and go through old pictures, and, you know, keep this because it reminds me of this, and, you know, keep stuff in my room because, you know, maybe I might need it one day. But you're putting your life on pause, you know. Nothing new will come in if you keep all these old things. You may not think that it makes a difference, but I swear to God it does. You do not have enough room in your brain for new things. You don't have enough room in your spiritual life, even in your actual life. Don't be a hoarder. Don't be a hoarder. I've been a hoarder. You probably think I'm a hoarder. I have so much stuff. Like, I really have so much stuff, but I feel like it kind of just comes, and it's all stuff I love. Like, genuinely, like, I love my bedroom. I used to hate my bedroom. My bedroom was a mess. My bedroom was so disgusting. Like, it was ridiculous. But that's just because I kept so much stuff. And it wasn't even stuff that was fulfilling. It wasn't even stuff that I, like, you know, resonated with me, or, like, I wanted in my room. It was just more like, oh, I have to keep this. I have to keep all this stuff around. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. Like, losing everything around you that, you know, made you feel like important and like deemed importance. It's a good thing. It may not seem like it, and it might not become it if you know, your life is just what you manifest it. Your life is what you make it. When you lose everything, say, okay, thank you. I am free to do whatever. I'm free to do whatever. I'm free to build myself up again. And you start reacting differently to like you literally become a different person. Like, you react differently in other situations because nothing's tying you down to be someone. And honestly, like, it becomes an incredible thing. It becomes an advantage. It becomes like a superpower. You know, it becomes like I can do anything. I can literally do anything. It also makes you realize, like, no one cares. No one cares. And not like, oh my God, no one cares. Like, do what you want. No one cares. Nothing lasts forever. No one cares. Like, I don't know. It just kind of relieves you from all these, like, little stresses that you thought were actually such a big deal when they're just really not. Like, really not. And you're holding on to all of it when you're holding on to this, like, identity, because you go, oh, or I have to do this because this is the person I am. I have to go to work. I have to do my hair a certain way. I have to be this person. I have to show up as this person because that's who I am, you know. And like losing all this stuff makes you realize I can do what I want. I can do what I want. And as a like human, as a creator, you know, it doesn't mean like sit around and do nothing. It's just like, oh my god, nothing matters. Like everything's gonna come to an end. You can see it like that. If you want to see it like that, see it like that. But it's more of a we're creators. Like we can build any life. We can do anything. We can help people. We can, you know, just make the world a better place. Like you can, you know. It makes you realize how capable you are after everything does go down, and after you do realize as well, because you know, take time. Don't let your life like absolutely fall down and then just like, okay, like I'm up. Like, you know, if that's how you want to roll, that's how you want to roll. But you know, give yourself time to heal, give yourself time to process and understand. Honestly, I might not be right. Like, do your own soul searching and own digging to your specific situations, and like, what do I have to learn from this? Because I found a lot of lessons as well from my old situations that I'm not discussing because they're personal, but just rediscover yourself and then reignite it. Go, okay, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go from here? What am I capable of right now? You know, what's the next step I can take? Because you're capable of anything in the long run, but what can I do right now? Who can I become right now? What is important to me? And just become the person you want to be, because you are capable. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I haven't been on it for a while, to be fair. Long form content like is sometimes it is a bit of a chore to sit down and really, you know, process this. Or to be fair, I feel like with most of my videos I have to actually like experience life and experience something that I genuinely want to talk about and I'm genuinely passionate about, because honestly I just feel like it means so much more. For a place from like genuine, I believe in quality over quantity. But if you enjoyed, let me know. Sorry, I keep looking to the side. I've got a cat in my room and it is just, she's a bit of a menace, okay? She's a little bit of a menace. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye!